Welcome, everybody. We're like kind of, sort of, something close to on time. We're kind of in time with our clock, and I hope everyone is ready to watch us get mutilated by our fearless GM Trollish. If you don't know who we are Alexandria RPG. We're a non-profit role-playing game library, and you too could help us exist. Check out our website, alexandriarpg.com, and you can see the different ways you can assist the library, whether it's donating books, your time, or donating money. And please give us money. Or you can even subscribe here on Twitch and other ways. So
the e-begging is honest. It's not.
yeah,
It's not hidden behind anything else.
I have been told for ages I've been horrible at asking for funds, and thousands of dollars out of pocket every year is really starting to hurt. So I need to get more better about asking for funds.
Gotcha.
Okay, so it is your show there, GM.
Yeah. So as we left off last time, um, I believe it was Sydney that almost got swept down a kind of a
Sydney is developing a fear of water.
yeah. And you
Good
had
call.
found what looked like maybe the wreckage of a raft or a boat on this underground river, and
Yeah.
collected some coins, some loose coins that were
yes.
scattered all over the riverbank. And
Experience.
yes, and heard chanting, even over the sound of the rushing water, coming from both downstream and from the northern passage. And I think we left it at the point where Sydney had tried to go a little ways down the river and got swept off her feet almost. Do I have that correct?
We were able to rescue her. I was able
Right.
to pull her back using the rope we had makeshifted.
Yep. And had crossed the river and were about to presumably enter the tunnel.
Tunnel of Doom.
The tunnel of something. So from there, let me know. So Sydney, is now back on her feet and on dry land, or relatively dry land. And the rest of you are looking down this darkened passage, hearing the odd sounds of chanting. It sounds somewhat familiar, I should say. Like you've heard it before somewhere.
This isn't the same chanting we heard from up near the waterfall at the top, was it?
It could be, yeah. Now that it jogs your memory, and that's where you realize you heard it before.
Yeah, the same. It's a very similar life-threatening experience for me. The trauma returns.
Right, exactly. Yeah. All right. So what do you wish to do at this point?
Head towards the chanting?
Yeah.
Find the rat person that was supposed to bring us rope, so I stopped doing it.
He's still out looking for rope, presumably. And so yeah, how did you want to approach this? So you've got a tunnel going to your north, and then there's a water-filled passageway, which Sydney actually found out kind of narrows as it goes further in, and to where it's kind of like a water slide, one of those enclosed water slides at Wild Waves or something like that, only much darker and probably a lot more dangerous.
Probably with something very sharp and pointy.
Yeah. There's no lifeguards at the bottom to make sure you're okay or anything like that. It's not like great.
It's 1960s slip and slide.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's a 1960s version of a playground.
Well, I know Wright's not going to have any element of surprise yelling down a water slide tunnel.
Right. I mean, people might be surprised to see.
Yeah, you hear woohoo, woohoo, woohoo.
Yeah, I mean, that could be surprising to some people. Yeah.
I want to kind of try to stick to the shadows. I want to be as I'm hearing the chanting getting louder and kind of thinking back to what we saw at the waterfall. I want to kind of try to hide as much as possible, and I rolled hard before it.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. And so who's leading this? Who's leading this charge?
You want the two stealthy people out in front, doing stealthy people things?
Sure.
I mean, we yeah, stealthy people is good things for traps and stuff. But I mean,
Yes.
isn't this like a very large roaring river next to us, or?
Yeah, I mean it's not like a roaring. I guess it is.
We have to raise our
It's
voices
pretty-
to hear each other. I think
It's a pretty good.
Yeah, but
like a
there's
rushing
still,
stream. But the
they
chanting's
may
even louder
see
still.
you, yeah.
Yeah, we can do hiding in the shadows type things.
So, am I hearing that the rogues are going to scout ahead? Is that what I'm getting?
Absolutely.
All right, so give me hide in shadows, move silently rolls.
Somebody sneaky.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Horowitz. Actually, both of those are. Oh, that's two
my-
rolls.
Yeah, the hide in
Okay,
shadows
so-
can move silently.
Man,
I'm not sure what's going on with Mordecai.
yeah, I did not hide, and I'm not sneaky.
I'm just
No,
gonna turn around and
no.
go, shh, get in shadows.
So
Not
for now,
lit.
I'm not really going to reveal anything on the map. As I said, this map's just kind of a proxy, which I'll use as needed. So it'll be kind of theater of the mind as we move forward. How far ahead of the rest of the group are the two rogues gonna
I'd
be?
say at least about 20 feet.
Okay.
So
All right. So one thing you have to your advantage is there's still that slightly luminous fungi that on the walls of the tunnels, conveniently, so that you don't have to worry about a light source necessarily. It is light enough to be ahead of you. What's that?
We don't have to pull out our patented Beastman glow torches.
No. Well, unless you want to. You
No,
can if you want. So we'll go ahead and say, just for no particular reason, as Horowitz moves like the shadows themselves, it blends in perfectly, while Mordecai strolls ahead whistling a happy tune.
I'm hidden, I swear.
Yeah, it's like, yeah,
You see one thief go
you
along
round
going,
You round a corner, and ahead of you in the darkness, perhaps 50 feet away, is a glimmering pale form that kind of lights up the passage, like a giant green-white puffball mushroom. It stands on dozens of legs, each of which ends with a large sucker-like pad. You can see what appear to be a rib cage below the leathery fungal exterior, but no other features. And it's just kind of pulsating. Yeah, it's a largest creature, probably at least as big as the caretakers that you've encountered before.
Is it similar to the caretakers?
Does it
It
look
calls to
dangerous?
mind. It calls to mind the caretakers in its alienness and just its otherworldliness. It's hard to say because it's just standing there, but it's basically a pulsating kind of sack of flesh on dozens of legs.
It begs to be.
It doesn't appear to have any eyes that you can see, so you're not sure exactly if
It has a front or back.
a front or a back. Yeah, it's just this. It's completely alien, and you're slightly uneasy just looking at it.
Yeah.
It hasn't reacted to your presence in any way, so you think that you're stealthy. You're being stealthy enough to, but it is blocking the passage.
Hey, Mordecai, why don't you go and check that out?
Can I roll like a find trap to see if it's like? I guess not really. It's like not mechanical trap.
It's definitely, yeah, it definitely looks like a living creature because it is kind of moving around a little bit, but it's not like if it has any purpose, like in its movements, you can't discern it. It's just so, kind of beyond comprehension to look at. You've never seen anything quite like this, but it does in some ways remind you of the caretaker.
I'm gonna get closer, maybe within 10 feet, and not try to antagonize it.
Does it look
trying to-
flammable?
Hard to say. Like the outer skin is glistening, and it you don't know if it's glistening with kind of like a large maybe amphibian, like frog-like skin. So it looks like the skin is fairly moist, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
Because I was
It's
tempted
pretty
to-
repulsive looking.
Hey, right? How do you think our rogues are doing?
So Mordecai,
Haven't
you
heard
said you're
anything
going to
from
try
him
and get within 10 feet of it.
I'm going to get within 10 feet. I'm not going to go right up to it. I'm going to kind of slowly approach it. I'm trying to act as non-threatening as possible.
Okay.
Just to kind of
so
assess.
when you
As Mordecai gets closer, I'm gonna stealth back and let everybody else know what's going on.
Okay, so Mordecai, you start to creep a little bit closer, and when you get to about within about a 30-foot range of it, so you clear 20 feet and it doesn't react to you at all. But it suddenly just starts to quiver, and you hear like a tearing sound, like flesh tearing, and you can see the bottom of it just kind of rip open, and the entire underside of this creature is just a giant mouth filled with fangs, and you're overwhelmed by the smell of rotting meat, and you see a purplish tongue that just starts to droop out of this opening, this orifice, and starts to probe its way towards you.
And you're there alone now.
Okay, I'm going to take the fungal sample that I got off of the mound and toss it to this mouth.
Okay. All right. So you just kind of throw it in that direction.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the fungal sample and just kind of throw it as close as I can towards this like tongue mouth thing that's like coming out.
Okay. Roll initiative.
Okay.
Hold on.
Words
Actually,
of
before
Monty
you do
Python.
that, let me put the initiative order up.
Yeah. So I run back to the group. Say, hey,
so
there's
I
this quivering
actually-
mound of mushroom on 12 legs, and Mordecai's going to check it
I
out.
I did not say 12 legs. I said dozens of legs.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't.
Yeah, not a
Dozens.
dozen.
So-
Yes.
This quivering mushroom thing with
Oh,
lots
yeah.
of legs. And
It's about the
Man,
Mordecai's
my
size-
roll sucked tonight.
It's about the size of an elephant, roughly. But
Nice
So
knowing you
Matt-
guys.
So imagine a couple buffalo like stuffed under a sheet with lots of legs.
but only worse.
A herd of goats.
Yeah. In any case, let me roll initiative for this guy. I get a 21.
Oh.
You roll
Hold on
2
one
and you get a
second.
21.
Did I roll a 2? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No.
Oh,
Yeah, it has a plus. It has a plus 19 to its roll.
great.
Yes,
Thanks,
guys,
Chris.
you are all fucked. All right. No, I take that back. I lied.
Oh.
Let's turn that 21 into a nice, lovely 6. Does that sound better?
Yeah.
Still Mordecai.
Jeez.
So,
All right.
Still worse than
What do we
mine,
got
but-
there? I see Sydney up there. I see Mordecai. I'm missing Wright.
Yeah.
Oh, are we
And,
gonna be rolling too?
Yeah. Everybody.
Okay.
Everybody
Because
roll.
we're
real quick.
gonna end up in there sooner or later.
Yeah. This will just so that we can mark the time.
Yep. Let me.
Let me
Character.
just reveal. This again. This isn't going to be exactly to scale or anything like that,
no.
but I'm
Sydney
just
just
using it.
looks at Horowitz. It's like, you left him there.
It was a mushroom on legs.
You should have both come back.
And I'm
He
just
was
going to
checking
use
it
my.
out. I was trying to inform you. Like, we're trying to do teamwork things up there. People act like I'm not part of the team or something.
Okay, hold on 1 second here while I try and manipulate this thing. Oh, come on. Oh, that's why.
We can't all creep.
It's like Plankton trying to say the word team. The TM.
I mean, we've all been down here chasing waterfalls.
TM.
All right, so we're going to use this lovely token again to just the Eldritch Horror token, I call it.
I don't want to hear
Okay.
it's called Eldritch Horror.
I mean,
Fits
if
the
it
bill.
looks like a Cthulhu and sounds like a Cthulhu, then
For the love
Anyway.
of God, don't be a Cthulhu.
it's a Lovecraftian beastie for sure. All right, so Sydney, so he comes back. This is all. So here's how this is going to play out, basically. Sydney wonders what's going on and sees. Was it Mordecai that came back, or Horowitz rather
No.
that came back?
Horowitz came back.
All right, sees
yeah.
Horowitz, and talking's a free act. So Sydney, you're made aware that Mordecai is up there by himself, some distance away. So you guys were only around 20 feet behind the rogues, isn't that right?
Hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. We got
20 or
5,
more.
10.
I
But
said
then you
30
said
feet,
I went another 20 or
5, 10, 15, 20.
20 or
So I'm-
feet or so closer to the.
Yeah. I'm going to move it. So you're 30 feet away from it, is what I'm trying to get here. Whoops.
You've heard the saying there are old rogues and there are bold rogues.
Yeah. All right, so
I don't know if he's really
5,
bold.
10, 15, 20.
I'm a
20.
chaotic rogue. But I know that everybody else is chaotic too, except for our cow.
Yeah. Okay, 30 feet away.
Someone's
so
gonna
that'll be-
try to keep you guys in line, but not doing a very good job about it.
Leading from the rear.
I mean,
Good
All
job.
right.
who else has ever heard of a chaotic cow?
Okay. So in any case, Mordecai, you're about there. Everyone else is going to be, back a little ways. Let's say here-ish. Whoops, I just removed right.
Yeah,
from
because
that.
when you hit the 30-foot mark is when the thing opened its mouth.
Yeah,
and
right
started
about here.
sending the tongue out, right?
kind of came out of the
Yeah.
mouth. So Sydney, what do you do when you get this information?
I take off as quickly as I can.
Okay, so we're gonna say you
Through
run.
the water?
It's trouble. Yeah, no, not through the
So
water.
you went. So I said this thing was 50 feet away. So you're gonna have to go basically 40 feet, right?
Well, I don't need to get past Mordecai.
Okay, so you make your way up the tunnel to where, let's just say you can see Mordecai ahead of
I'm
you.
just gonna make sure Mordecai is not standing there by himself or being
Yeah,
currently.
he currently is
consumed.
standing there by himself, but that's okay. All right, Wally, what's Wally do?
Wally's gonna cast a spell.
Okay.
What is he gonna cast? Let's see. Spell book. Come on. Let's see.
Wally has actually been fairly successful at this,
Yes.
at least last session.
Oh.
Let's see.
And even from this distance, Sydney, you can smell like this overwhelming stench of it's like somebody left chicken in a walk-in refrigerator for like a week.
Must be sung loudly while swinging a battle axe in a crisscross motion.
The palm of my right hand tears open to reveal a gaping mouth filled with jagged teeth. The maw remains for 1d3 rounds and may be used as an unarmed attack. In addition to +2 to hit, dealing 1d8 +2 damage, or may be used to cast the Scare spell at level 2 Wizard, with spell check equal to the personality modifier of the cleric. Wonder if I can scare this thing! Ha-ha!
Yeah, you're not sure. But so metamorphosis, so that basically just made you.
It just turned my hand into my palm just opens up and starts.
All right. Okay.
So I can
fair enough.
grab things.
got a
and
hand puppet.
gnaw 'em. Yes, literally.
Just 20. Okay. You got you. All right. So you do that. So that's an action, I'm assuming, and
Yeah,
then.
and then I'll mosey forward.
Okay. We'll just say that that this. I know it looks like a river, but it's actually part of the passageway. Okay, just for the purposes of this particular combat. Okay. Right.
Good to go?
Hang on.
Mm-hmm.
Horowitz should have been here because he came back to barely
Yeah.
the front of
Horowitz
everybody.
is going to be basically last in line.
Yeah.
Okay.
Up here with the.
Let's see. Well,
Is this part of the opening?
Yeah, we'll say that it is.
Okay.
so 5,
simplicity's
10,
sake.
15.
I don't think you made it all the way up to Mordecai.
Oh, okay.
Maybe one or two squares back. Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
I'm gonna put myself right there, and then I think that's about all I can really do without getting way in
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
All right, I'm
Unless
done.
you have a missile weapon of some sort, which I don't think you do.
Nope, I don't.
All right, fair enough. So this purple tongue, it just kind of lashes out 30 feet forward in a aggressive manner towards, yes, towards Mordecai.
How did the thieves get
Does
below
does
us?
the fungal sample that I throw do anything to it?
You haven't thrown it yet.
What's going on?
Oh,
Yeah, I haven't
Because I haven't-
actually.
As soon as you're
Okay,
like, hey, I'm
'cause I
going to
didn't
throw
have-
this, it's initiative, and everybody
Yeah.
got to do something before either of us.
Right. So,
Jesus.
I would
That
say that a 24 probably hits.
yeah.
And am I seeing anything on Twitch or anything like that? Before I
let's see.
proceed with this.
That's never a good sign. Bye, guys.
Save you. What?
No, nothing. Okay. All right. So it's at this point that you notice that the tongue is also covered with barbed suckers that dig into your flesh as it wraps around you, doing 2 points of damage, and then it pulls you. It begins pulling you towards this maw. So I need you to. We're going to do an opposed strength check.
Okay.
Strength with a Mordecai's.
Not
Great
good.
skills.
So, do I do a
Come to mama.
just a trained strength skill check or untrained?
It's just going to be So you're going to roll. Oh.
Trained is D20, untrained is 10. That's what I
Okay,
learned.
so it'd
Yeah.
be a D20.
If it's just like if you're doing a basic strength check, then it's
12.
then it's trained. Untrained would be doing something very specific, like trying to flex your way out of a straitjacket. That would be an untrained thing.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so here's what's going to happen.
Unless you have escape artist.
Oops.
Mm.
Yeah, as a rogue, you might have something like
Yeah.
that. Oh, geez. I'm rolling hot tonight. I think unless you want to burn a bunch of luck.
Hey there,
So
Mordecai.
Okay, how many would I need to burn? Oh, actually, I can't even. Oh,
All of
'cause
them.
we have 2D. I can do 2D4, right?
Okay, I'm at a 25 right now. Just
Okay,
so you know.
well, I'm just thinking here because
you are a thief, so
A
you
thief, so
regen
I get-
your luck every
I
night.
regen luck.
And
So I have currently I have 7 luck, and at second level you get.
Okay, hold on 1 second. 1 second. Are you
Mhm.
trying to resist being pulled, or are you trying to break free? They're two different things.
Oh.
Yeah, because it's going to depend. So if you're trying to resist being pulled, it's going to be harder than trying to just break free.
I don't want to just try to break free.
Okay, so in that case, you need you only need 3 luck to make it work. So you need a 15.
Oh, okay.
So you're just going to
Yeah,
roll
so I
one.
need 2. I'll burn 1 here, and that's 2d4.
And while you're doing that,
There we go.
I will be
Boom.
right back. I apologize, everybody. Give me 2.
All right. So I burned 1 luck and got a 6. That puts me up to
That
17.
should be enough.
Oh.
That's pretty handy.
When our
Yeah.
DM comes back.
Yeah.
Luck, thieves without luck in DCC would be ridiculous.
Yeah. There's. I mean, thieves are definitely kind of a squishy class.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they're almost as squishy as the magic or the wizard, but the wizard gets ridiculous spells as long as they're not stuck in a building reading walls.
Right.
Or rolled is bad on that poor character sucks. Stitch, I can't believe that's the character that survived. he had one good character and it was his first one to die.
Yeah, pretty much the same thing here. And my one good character, the first one that died,
Sorry about that, guys.
was due to Stitch.
Okay, so I see that you made a luck roll.
I made a luck roll, got a 6, so that should put me up to 17.
Yeah, so you're able to
18.
basically slip your way out, and in doing so, that's how you take the 2 damage from just the jagged, kind of barbed suckers on this tongue.
Ow.
And so it's gonna actually, it'll move forward on all of its dozens of little legs, just a little ways. You can see it probably doesn't really need to close the distance with that tongue, but it moves forward just a bit.
It has in store for us.
Yeah, and that brings us to you, Mordecai.
All right. Well, because I had already said that I was going to do this, I'm going to toss that fungal mound like towards its mouth.
Are you trying to like throw it into the mouth or anything like that?
Yeah. I mean, throw it into the mouth or pretty close to it.
Just make an attack roll, so it'd be like a dex-based attack roll, like a missile weapon attack.
So my dex is +1.
All right, yeah, you just kind of, your hands are shaking, and you're probably a little bit shooken up by what just happened.
Yeah.
So you drop it to the floor.
Oh,
you have the
no.
You can.
I guess if you roll good every time, it's not fun. But
No.
And you remember, if you guys remember last time, I was rolling shit.
Oh, and I rolled like multiple 20s, and
yeah.
Sydney looks horrified. It's like, are you trying to tame this thing?
I'm gonna run up and I'm going to slash. I'm gonna slash the tentacle that just came off of.
Yeah,
Mordecai.
it's just kind of flailing around. Okay. That is not gonna hit.
I am going to spend a point of luck.
Okay, so you would need to hit a 16. This thing's got some armor class.
It takes me to a 17.
All right, that'll do it. And then we're doing 8 points of damage.
Oh, hang on. Let me try that again with D4s, not D6s.
Wait, it says primary hand. Were you using your hand?
No. Wally's the one with the hand.
Sword.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There
you go. It was meant to be.
It is meant to be. Yeah. All right.
Sad when 2D4 is the same as 2D6. Tells you how bad my.
Different way.
Sydney, you're up.
So I did 8 damage to it.
Yep. And it starts to ooze this kind of disgusting ichor.
Ew.
Yeah.
Is the tongue still close enough to hit?
Yes.
I guess I'll swing at that.
Okay.
Swing away.
I mean, you could move in if you wanted to attack the body, but
if I wanted to get closer to its mouth, yes.
Yeah. And it's basically almost its whole lower body is just this mouth. So.
Want nothing to do with it.
Looks like it could swallow you whole.
Absolutely nothing to do with it. Nope. Where is my longsword? There it is. With deed.
Okay.
Whack.
Boom.
That's a really bad thing.
No.
Yeah. Jeez.
Speaking about
as
that,
I was saying,
that one time when the players didn't roll well.
Yeah, like last time you guys were get crit after crit after crit. So this is fumble 7.
Which makes up for last time.
I'm telling you, you drop your weapon. You must retrieve it or draw a new one on your next action.
I think I will be grabbing it back up, although it did me poorly this time.
Yeah.
At least I
better
didn't
than
drop my weapon through somebody else's body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, well, at least, yeah.
Or my own. Oops.
All right, Wally, you're up.
I'm going to run up, and I'm going to cast Scare. So
okay.
I'm going to see if I can roll just let's see.
And that's some sort of a save, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Probably will, I would imagine.
So It's equivalent to my personality level.
Okay.
So hang on. That's so. What's my personality?
You're looking for the save DC, or?
Well, no, I'm looking for. 23. So scare on 23. So my personality is a 20. So the original spell said.
You want to throw it up there?
Yeah, it's a little further back up. If I scroll back up.
Okay. I'll pull that up over here too.
May be used to cast Scare as a level 2 wizard spell with a spell check equal to the personality modifier of the cleric.
So the modifier.
Yeah, so I got a 4 modifier on my personality check. Let's see, duration, will save versus spell check DC. This spell causes the victim to experience abject horror, potentially fleeing the scene or cowering in fright. So it was a.
So with a 21, it would flee the area if it doesn't make it save.
It's 18, 19, 20,
I've got the spell pulled up.
23. So 23 to 20, yeah. The caster can frighten 3 enemies within 60 feet. They receive a will save to resist the effect. Further failure indicates the experience.
Yeah, it's going to run away.
They immediately flee at maximum speed. Scare lasts 1d6 plus 1 rounds.
Okay. All right. So what would the will save be? What would it need to?
Hang on a sec. I'm going to look up. I want to make sure we're doing spell save right.
Yeah. I'll see if I can find it at the same time. Magic. Spell checks. Spell checks. Okay, saving throws. In general, a saving throw against a spell is DC. For example, so it needs to. So it's equal to the spell check. So it needs to get a 23 or higher. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Okay, well, here's the time that you don't want me to roll well. So.
Yeah. Come on.
One of the times.
Oh shit! I get modified 25.
Ah!
It just kind of quivers and doesn't do anything.
It's the most horrifying thing here.
Yeah, it says I'm scarier than you by far, buddy. So.
Hang on, let's make sure chat's not chiming in. Where's my?
Yeah,
because
I know. Last time there were people.
Oh,
somebody did a player reroll.
GM.
Oh, okay. So that was just now.
Yep.
All right.
Apparently.
Here goes then. Here goes.
He's gonna roll a nat 20 now.
Don't say that. Okay. All right. So that changed it. So thank you, the man.
It may not be me scared of you, but it's scared of our viewers.
Yeah, it's scared of something. It's scared of the viewers.
I have a mouth on the bottom of my body. It's got a mouth coming out of its hand. What's going on?
Right. It thought that it was fine, and then thought about it a little bit more and said, "No, I'm out of here."
Look, I've seen some mutated things down here, but not like that.
Right.
Nope.
That was Wally, but it's not going to be able to flee until its turn. So
yeah.
Right, you're up. All right.
Let's see this
Did I
cow
skip
get
you
mad.
last time, right? No, you just moved up last time, right?
Yeah, I just moved up last time.
Watch, it's so
Move.
slow
Don't say
that
it,
it can't
don't
actually
say it.
get out of range before the fear finishes on it.
Alright, I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna saunter up to it, and I'm
Okay.
gonna attack.
Yeah, okay.
Smells
Smells terrible.
yep.
Yep.
Oh my god!
So you
Oh,
need
that's
a
your deed die.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I
you need
thought
a-
that was my roll.
but you need a 16 to hit it. Do you want to burn any luck or?
No, I'm not gonna burn luck.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So do you actually do hit it, but it just kind of glances off of its kind of rubbery.
He's still trying to figure out the good spot.
Yeah, it's hard to tell where to hit this thing because it's just there's no obvious, targets. Okay, the Sentinel will turn and flee at its maximum movement rate. Let's see what that is.
10 foot per second.
So it doesn't move all that quickly, but it's at a pretty good clip moving down the passage.
It is scared.
We need to roll to
tiny
see
legs.
how long it.
Anybody else get this weird brain?
Oh, okay. So
moment?
you have
It's
two
scared.
rounds. You have 2 rounds before
It's
it
gonna
turns
flee
and
for
comes
2
back
rounds.
for 2 rounds.
1d6 plus 1.
Yeah, and I rolled a 1.
Oh, okay.
So it's
Nice.
gonna flee 30 feet. So I'll go ahead and do that basically out of your sight. So it was here. So 5.
Now,
Okay,
as a
there.
team,
That's
do
round
we
1.
chase it or do we, let it run
Right.
off?
So your options would be you could either follow it, of course. You could go back the way you came and maybe try and take a different route. And the only other route that you know of course, is
The slip
shooting
and
down
slide.
that slip and slide. Yeah. That or going back.
How close
But-
does the chanting sound from where we're at?
Like it's getting louder in volume all the time, but it's impossible to tell. And of course, the sound of the river is kind of fading away behind you.
Wally turns to everybody. With it, he's
So Wally would know. I think Wally would intuitively know. Hey, we've only got seconds to react here, guys.
yeah, he's gonna
Before
look at
this thing
everybody,
comes back.
and he's gonna make the mouth in his hand talk, but he's gonna ventriloquist it. It's like, okay, everyone, it's only gonna run for a short time. Do we chase it or do we go another way?
I'm down for chasing it. I don't
Okay.
want something like this just existing.
Okay, I'm down too. Yes, I will numb on it.
Okay. All right.
He's got to retrieve her sword. If
Yeah,
that
which
can
you
be
do.
done.
Yeah, you're able to retrieve your sword. So you get an action
Keep a
and a
hand on
movement.
that.
So you're basically able to, you're able to pick up your sword and then move. So. But whose turn was it? It was. Let's go.
The
It
Sentinel
was the
moves.
Sentinel's
The
turn. So
Sentinel,
it's Mordecai's turn
yeah.
now. So Mordecai, it flees. You can still kind of see it in the distance. Around.
You can
You know.
do it. Get it.
Sydney
So-
tells Mordecai he can pick up his poorly thrown fungal feast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Grab your mushroom and get it.
the one that you just kind of dropped, basically.
Threw it on the ground.
Yeah,
Don't forget your monster food.
I haven't seen that in a long time. All right. So what shall it be, Mordecai? Did we lose Mordecai?
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we did.
It's frozen.
Yeah, he dropped out of roll 20.
Oh,
Oh no.
yeah.
Okay.
We've-
Technical difficulties, everyone. We'll wait for a minute and see.
Losing all his packets.
Well, if he dropped out there, does that mean you're gonna have to re-invite him back into the chat?
Probably. Oh,
no,
he should have the link.
Yeah, he's got the link. He should be able to just jump right back in.
Okay.
Where did I put my Twitch?
Hopefully he didn't just totally lose his internet like we had going on.
As
before.
you're showing us Goblin Slayer.
I'm
Man.
really digging this book so far.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the anime. I know the first episode was kind of controversial. But,
I haven't seen it, but I need to watch. I like anime, but
It's it's Dungeons and Dragons. It's basically, you remember Record of Lotus War?
not right offhand now.
Okay, so Record of Lotus War is an old anime from the 90s, which was D&D, basically. But anyway, so if you've seen that, then you would love this. And you probably love this anyway. It's literally a D&D party, anime style.
Nice. I'm intrigued by how their ability scores. They have primary and secondary ability scores, and so the primary strength, psyche, technique, and intelligence. Their second are focus, endurance, and reflex, and they're in like a grid. So
Yeah.
you can have strength, focus, strength, endurance, strength, reflex. So like you end up with far more stats, but they look like they're more like usable.
Yeah, no, interesting. I mean, you could basically, set a D&D campaign in the world that they've built. It's a fairly traditional high fantasy world. You've got goblins and dragons and things like that, and the standard character classes, wizards, and I think there are elves and dwarves, and there's a dragonborn. And
do we want to say Mordecai is frozen in fear and hiding until he comes back?
Yeah, I'll come. We'll go ahead and keep things going, and we'll come
checking
back
his hand for infection
once he's able to. Did anyone try and ping him in Discord?
I have not.
Oh shoot! He just said ETA is 9:30 for power, so I'm probably done for tonight. I'm sorry.
Nice.
Worst roll ever. Bad fumble.
Yeah. Okay, Mordecai is hiding in fear in the back of the party for the remainder of this session.
Okay, we will continue, but I'm not gonna penalize him or anything for losing power.
Can't control the high winds or anything, huh?
Yeah. I'm just messaging him here.
Rogue, not a wizard.
Yeah, 9:30 is going to be well past our bedtime. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so Mordecai is frozen in fear. Let's just have him, somebody make a roll for him, make a hide in shadows roll for him.
If he fails, are you just going to then
if
kill
he
him?
fails, I'm just going to have this thing kill it. No, if he because it's running away anyway. But, just for that.
I'm going to roll my hide and shadow check for him.
And I will, what I'll
job.
do is if he
It's
needs
better
to
than what
come
he
in,
rolled.
if he needs to come in and help the party out, I will, I'll go ahead and improvise for him. So, Horowitz, you're up.
Okay. 5,
So, yeah,
10,
this thing is fleeing,
15,
but...
25, 30. I'm just going to chase it. I'm going to throw a dagger at it.
Okay. Yeah, you can certainly do that. How many daggers do you have? Just the
4.
one? Okay, yeah, that's a hit.
Holy cow. Oh, it wasn't.
It's not a nat 20.
Yeah, because there's no green
All right.
box around it. But
Okay, so your dagger basically embeds itself in the flesh of this thing, and it's just quivering there. And so the thing is now fleeing with your dagger embedded in its flesh. But it's oozing, some sort of kind of pus
more
looking
ichor.
substance. Yeah, exactly.
Kombucha.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, that's why I don't drink that stuff.
And
Okay.
it's made from mushrooms. It's umami juice.
It looks just foul to me. I mean, I get some people love it, but more power to
yeah.
them.
Yeah, I'm not.
All right, Sydney, you're up.
Sydney?
Yes.
Alrighty.
We're back at the top of the order here.
Sydney is down for the idea of throwing things at it from a range.
Yeah.
Just gonna
So
go
maybe
ahead and
run. You might want to get a little closer to it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we'll get closer to it. Let's see how far I can get. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30?
What weapon did you drop when you attacked?
A longsword.
I picked it back up.
Yeah. Last turn, yep.
Should be able to reach there.
Mm-hmm.
And I can chuck a spear at it. I
Oh,
have
there
two
you
of
go.
them.
Spear chucking.
Do it.
Spear chucking.
Do it.
With deed.
Yep. Indeed.
Let's see if I drop the spear also here.
Yeah. Fumble.
All right. That's
Look at that.
Not great, but
spend a couple luck or no?
Sydney has 7 luck.
Yeah.
Okay. So the spear clatters to the ground. Yeah, basically, because you know what happens. If something crits you, then your luck counts against you. So, knowing that, you might not want to spend too much luck.
I will probably never, unless it's absolute life or death.
All right, Wally, you're up.
Okay.
So it's approximately it's more than 60 feet away from you now, I guess.
Someday I hope to change my fate.
Actually, it's not quite that far.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was going to say I should. I should be able to get up right next to it because I was
almost.
Yeah.
I think.
So if its
Yeah,
tongue
yeah,
is
yeah.
still dragging, I should be able to grab its tongue.
Is that what you're gonna try and do?
You're gonna just start eating the tongue
still,
with your hand.
Yeah, I still got my mouth.
Oh, you're gonna. All right. Yeah. I don't know which one is more disturbing, this thing or you. I really don't. I'm gonna go with both, but you've horrified the Eldritch Horror.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And Sydney.
I'm gonna ignore the short swordedness of this. It's +2. Yeah.
That's gonna miss in any case. Yeah.
Ah,
All right, so you run up and take a hack at it. Right. Right. You can probably, you can get within range. It's this thing.
And that's what I'll do. All right, let's try to make another attack.
My hand
All
goes
right.
back to normal.
So it only lasts around.
3. It was D3 +1, and
Okay.
yeah, I only rolled 3 rounds. So.
All right, you're looking at the magic number is 16, so a 13 will not hit.
All right, I'll spend the 3.
Okay.
Wow.
You have to spend 3 points or 1 point.
3 point. So we're talking
16 to hit.
Yeah. So 3 points. If he was a rogue, then he would spend
1 point per d6.
Yeah, you'd roll. Is it a d6 or a d4?
It's at level 2. It's 2d4.
Okay. So you're gonna do. It looks like 10 points of damage. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it's starting to look a little bit more heavily wounded now. So it will continue to flee. So it kind of oozes its way down another 30 feet away. As the passage kind of turns a little bit, and I'll go ahead and just reveal. I'm just going to reveal. It doesn't really matter because this isn't accurate. So, all right. So it just flees in that-ish direction. Mordecai, back to you. Okay, Mordecai, who is not there. All right, failing to hide, Mordecai just says, "Oh, fine." I guess I can look at his sheet. Whoops. Is everybody able to look at his sheet, or just me?
I think only you.
Okay, I just want to see what he has here real quick.
Thiefy stuff?
Yeah, I'm wondering. What I'm wondering is if he has anything he can throw, or
it's got a mushroom from the mushroom pile.
He has.
Mushroom.
He's got a dagger. He's got a spear. Okay, yeah, I'll have him move up, and when this thing. I'll go ahead and leave his sheet up, and I'll just go ahead and make his attacks and stuff. Okay. All right. So this thing continues to flee, and that brings us to Mordecai, who runs up as close as he can. He's going to get ready to chuck a spear at it, and then it's Horowitz's turn.
It's gotten some pretty good distance on us. It's
Yeah.
traveling much faster than we are.
Were you? I think only 2 of you were actually in melee range of it.
I'm going to go ahead and try another dagger.
Okay.
You got to kill it to get all your stuff back.
Yep.
It's going to come back to you, don't worry. Yeah, that'll hit.
3.
Okay, funk. So you get there now 2 daggers kind of quivering in place there. This pile of flesh that it is. Okay. Mordecai, Horowitz. That was Horowitz. Okay, Sydney, back to you.
Sydney will advance. Let's see, 5,
Okay.
10, 15, 20, 25. I guess I can get to there probably.
Yep. You could pick your spear up along the way if you want to.
Yeah, I'll snag my spear and chuck it again.
Okay.
We'll hope. Come on, Sydney, get a decent roll. That's
No,
not it.
no, not quite. All right. I'm not going to say, like, with arrows, I'm going to say that nobody has arrows, but if anyone did, then I would say there's a chance that they break. But with larger things like spears or daggers, I'll just say that unless you fumble, you're going to be able to retrieve them. Okay, Wally.
I'm trying to figure out you know what? So run up here. Then I'm going to cast Blessing on.
Yeah, you're continuing to do really well with these spell checks.
Shh.
I mean, for 2 sessions now. I mean,
yeah.
it's pretty
Well,
impressive.
For the first 3, I did horrible.
That's true. It's true. So a 17.
Yeah.
That's going to give everybody +1 to all attack rolls for 1 turn. So a full turn. A turn is 6 rounds or 10 rounds, one of the two.
Something like that.
Yeah. If I'm looking at this right, I just pulled up the spell. So yeah, 14.
Yeah.
Oh, you need it. If you could bump it up to an 18, then they get bonuses to attack and damage rolls.
Not going to. So it's just Horowitz gets the +1 to all attacks for 1 turn.
Yeah, it's one ally.
On one of the cleric's allies.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Yeah.
It's good, but it's not that good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Horowitz, okay. All right.
Yeah.
So it's Wally. So right, back to you.
All right, I'm not going to be able to make it to it.
Okay.
You can pick up my spear.
5, 10, 15, 20. No. Will that hit him right there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It takes up all 4 of those squares. It's a large creature, so.
Let's try to hit him.
It's sizable.
Yes, it is a big pile of quivering flesh on legs.
Oh, even worse. All right.
Yeah, I don't think you want to burn any more luck, or do you? I don't know. Maybe you do.
I don't.
Okay. All right. Well, since you're there and it is no longer fleeing, it turns to attack you. And it's going to lash out. You're at point blank range, but it's going to try and grab you and pull you into its mouth. And it's as horrible as it sounds. So
Redeep.
I get a 18. Will that hit?
+5?
Plus
Yeah,
5,
that'll get me.
Okay, so it hits you. What is your armor class anyway?
14.
Oh, okay. All right. So I thought it was like you're not as heavily armored as some.
I only have scale mail on.
Got it. So you're going to take 2 points of damage, and now it has you restrained. So basically, you're going to be able to. You can either try and kind of. I don't know why you would. It says you can do an opposed strength check to resist being pulled, or you can do a DC 15 strength check to
break free.
To just break free instantly. Well, I guess it's okay. I see what it is. So I'm gonna, because I can roll low on the strength check. Okay. So it's up to you. Do you want to try for the DC 15 break free, or do you want to try for the DC we don't know yet to resist being pulled into its mouth?
I'll try the resist. Let's see.
Okay, and so now what this means is that basically you're not going to be pulled forward anymore. You're just going to be standing in place with the tongue wrapped around you. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah, I'm fine with that.
So here comes the roll, and this is at a +6. Oh, I roll a 1, so you need to beat a 7.
Nice.
Or you need to meet or beat a 7, yeah, no problem. You're able to, like, this thing wraps around you and weakly tries to pull you into its maw. But you're able to resist.
And its tongue is now occupied.
Why'd Mordecai have so much trouble?
Its tongue is now occupied. And Mordecai, speaking of which, moves 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Does that give us any advantage on hitting this thing, since it now really can't maneuver as easily?
Possibly. You're not sure. You think it might.
Attacks
anyway,
through its tongue,
he's going to chuck a spear, and I will see if I'm able to roll. It looks like I can. Oops. Did a roll go through there for Mordecai?
We did not see one, no.
Okay. All I want to do is attack. Attack bonus. I don't think he has a high enough strength. Oh, okay. Mordecai hits it with a spear. He throws his spear and and hits it for a couple points of damage. All right, fair enough.
Very good.
Horowitz, you're up.
I'm gonna move over here, and I'm
This thing is a pile of hit points.
Stab it.
Okay.
I get no deed or smite roll, but I do have a +1.
It's something. And that's enough.
Yay!
Yep.
Hurrah!
All right,
Nice.
stabbing it with a longsword. So yeah,
Yeah.
it is looking. We're going to go ahead and borrow an old 4th edition term. It is now looking bloodied.
Bloodied.
Yep, bloodied as a term, by the way, means half damage. So since I'm hacking this with OSE, we'll also throw in a 4th edition hack. Most hated system, but I did like the bloodied condition, basically they called it. So anytime you would reduce a creature to half or less hit points, you'd say it's now bloodied, and that just give you an idea of how badly wounded it might be. So it is bloodied. All right, that was Horowitz. So back to the top with Sydney, and this thing is no longer fleeing, and it has right wrapped in its tongue.
Kind of.
Sort of,
Okay.
yeah.
Get over.
I mean, yeah,
there's room
he's still
here,
held in
right?
place. Yeah, you can move in there.
Okay, Sydney's gonna go there and hack at that tongue with the.
Oh, you're gonna attack the tongue specifically? Okay, all right.
Well, I mean, it's held in place right now. It's like trying to hack a rope, basically.
Okay.
So
Fair
hopefully that's at least a better shot.
Oh, it has another attack here. Ooh.
There
Okay,
we go.
that actually hits.
Yeah, that hits, and we're at 10 on crit 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Good times, good times.
Nice. And that's a real
I love
crit,
I love the crit tables. They're one of my favorite parts of this game. If I can find it. Okay, there it is. Crit table 3. Did you end up buying the game, Robin, by the way, when it was on sale?
Yeah, I snagged it. I just don't
Nice.
have it open right now.
Nice. Okay, you sunder the... Okay, here's what happens. It says you sunder the foe's weapon. So we're going to say that you slice right through the tongue and slice it in half. And so this thing like lets out the first sound that you've heard from it other than the squelch is this giant maw just shrieks in pain. And it just reverberates. And as this just bile and ichor just spews all over the passage. And you do a total of how much damage? 11?
It says 9 plus 2. So yeah, 11
Yeah.
points.
Okay. Yeah.
And right's
so,
free.
And right is now free, and it can no longer attack with its tongue. All
Very
right.
good.
Very, very well played. All right. So Sydney, so Wally, you're up.
I'm gonna go.
It, however, is showing no signs of like fleeing or anything like that. So
I'm gonna go swing away at its ankles with my mace.
which one? You have to give me a number. So give me a number between 1 and 75.
I got a flail. I can.
You're gonna trip all of its tiny legs.
He's gonna trip all of its legs. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to trip this thing. I'm just gonna tell you right now, unless you crit it, and that's the result.
Nope.
Okay,
that is
well,
not a crit.
That is definitely not gonna do it.
There's too many legs. I'm
Yeah, too
confused.
many. All right, right. You're no longer restrained. The tongue kind of just falls to the floor.
All right,
So
yeah,
you
I
were
get
able
the
to.
tongue off of me and
Yeah.
make. Oops, that wasn't the right button.
I've
All
heard
right,
of cow's tongue.
yes.
Not rolling initiative again.
Yeah, it's.
There we
new,
go.
new meaning to cow's tongue.
Yeah.
Woo!
Whoa!
The same crit,
again.
too.
So you sunder. So it doesn't actually have.
Yeah.
Any tongue left.
Yeah.
The last bit of
we're
tongue
just
that's
gonna
flailing.
say,
You were like, no. Get that tongue out of here. Wag that
There's an
elsewhere.
asterisk. Is anyone looking at the crit table? You can see there's an asterisk there, next to that result.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to figure out what the asterisk indicates because it doesn't actually have a weapon. So the tongue, I could make okay, here we go. Magical weapons never break the target. Oh, okay, so if it had been wielding a magical weapon, then you wouldn't have.
It would have just knocked it out of its hand or
Crits
something.
against monsters. I'm just gonna say, do an extra D4 damage.
Okay.
Because you've already, destroyed its quote unquote
damaged
weapon. All right, so total of 9 points. It looks like.
Yep.
All right, this thing is not looking too good now. Not that it ever was, but. All right, it's turn, and it is going to. It's got 4 targets, so we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. So Wally will be 4. I'll just roll a d4 to see who it's going for.
Come on, 1 or 2.
Wally, it's going to take a bite at you with its maw, with this gaping maw. It's basically going to just kind of collapse on top of you.
Wally scared it.
Yeah, and it didn't
Don't
like
make me
that.
bring the hand back.
Yeah. All right, here comes the fun. It doesn't have as good a chance to hit with this attack, though, so there is that. Will an 18 hit you, Wally?
No.
Wow. Okay, so this maw kind of closes down over your armor, and the teeth just kind of scrape off of your arm. You're wearing, like, plate, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All right. All right, Mordecai is going to move up.
Don't forget your toe ring.
Yes. Because that is.
Yeah, it hasn't come into play yet. But yeah, definitely don't forget that. He will come up and
my cursed
throw his dagger.
Cursed toe ring, that cursed ring that's in a bag.
He doesn't have
another bag. Possibly cursed.
Wow. Okay, he hits with his dagger.
Hey,
for a point of damage. Yep. I mean, hey, at least he's hitting.
And it's dead.
Horowitz, you're up.
Okay. Swing away.
Okay. This thing isn't nearly as scary. Oh, that's a hit. For another point. You're nicking away at this thing. All right. I mean, it's bleeding. You're making it bleed.
It's
Okay,
gonna be the
Sydney.
longest combat because we're all doing like one.
Sydney, go for it. Yeah. 37 rounds later. Yeah.
How many hit points did it have? 8.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Sydney misses.
Oh.
Sydney misses. All right, Wally, you're up.
Okay.
Spell time.
Yeah. It's spell time.
Oh no.
Hang on. What's?
It's a fail. It's just a failure.
Yeah. Oh, I'd have to. Yeah, I can't. I'm not spending that much because I've got to get 16 or higher to not fail.
So what happens? So you get a failure, but do you get disapproval?
I get disapproval. So the spell doesn't go off, and I get disapproval. So
it's
now
honor.
So disapproval. So bad things happen always on a 1 if I roll a 1 for a spell check, and then every time I get a failed spell, it now a 1 or 2 on a.
Oh, okay. So it just kind of creeps up until you're able to rest.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. Right. You're up.
Dishonor. All right. Dishonor because of your cow.
Yeah, dishonor because of this cow. Because this unchaotic cow is giving me dishonor.
Another crit.
Woohoo!
Oh my God. 13. That's a new result.
That's twice you've rolled.
Yeah.
Kill it, right?
A 13. Strike breaks the foe's jaw.
What?
Shattered teeth, blood and shattered teeth ooze down the foe's face, inflicted D8 additional damage. How do you kill this thing?
By breaking its jaw.
Yeah, you literally. I mean,
if it has a semblance of a forward face, I'm just going to.
It's just a giant mouth filled with teeth.
I'm just gonna continuously smash it closed.
Yeah, you are covered. You are literally covered with gore now when this thing goes down.
I do want to see. I only got a 1 on that one. Okay.
It doesn't matter. It only had it had 7 hit points left. So even without the crit, but still, yeah. So you kill it in a spectacular fashion.
You just
I don't
one
like
jaw.
tons on me.
Yeah, and it just collapses into a quivering heap and just starts to dissolve slowly.
Hey, Mordecai, you can throw your mushroom on it now.
Mordecai will do so, and then he'll go back over and pick it up when he sees that nothing happens. All right.
That'd be horrible if he throws it on there and it gets back up fully healed. Like, oh God, no!
All right, at about this time, like when this thing collapses, you start to feel like a rumbling sensation just all around you, like the cavern, like an earthquake is happening.
I was afraid you were going to say that we look up and and we see all of the worshippers standing around it, aghast, looking at us.
Yeah, they were just
We
We
waiting.
look
fought
up
into
and
the middle of them.
there's 11 more with tongues draping down on the ceiling, reaching for us. Like, ah!
Oh god, yeah, it's
flip
like
side
game
doesn't
over,
look so bad
guys.
now.
Thanks for playing. But no, it could be even worse
Look
than
at
that.
that
So
river.
the cavern starts to, like, the tunnel starts to shake, and debris starts to fall into the. So you don't know how deep underground you are, but a cave in this deep would be, But anyway, so it starts to shake, and it's just a minor tremor, and a few like looser sections of rock kind of collapse onto the floor, and then it stops as quickly as
no.
it started.
We killed the monster in charge of preventing cave-ins. Son of a...
Yeah. All right. What do you do at this point? So you can
Press
see
on, I
beyond it.
suppose.
Oh, say that again.
Press on unless I can go back and take a nap.
I mean, you could try, but
Search it for loose treasure.
it's just a quivering
its
pile
pockets.
of flesh. Yeah. You don't find it's frankly it's beyond
Disgusting.
vile. Yeah, and like I said, the smell is like a walk-in cooler that hasn't been cleaned in weeks. It has, that was filled with meat. So if you've ever worked food service, then you know what that smells like.
Sounds like my fridge right now.
Yeah, good. All right.
So is there any other way besides the chanting way and backwards?
No, no.
Let's go the way of the chanters.
On to
Yep.
the chanting. At least
All
they
right.
have mouths.
As you travel down the passage, and this is after a little
The
bit
thing
of time.
that just tried to eat us had mouth too.
It did. As you travel down the passage, the sulfuric odor of rotting eggs assaults your nostrils. The chanting is louder ahead, growing with the stench of rot as you approach. The passage leads to a ledge overlooking an enormous water-filled cavern, so huge that it must extend under all the caves above. Fat black flies buzz over the noisome waters and are consumed by flying fungal insect crustacean creatures, which unceasingly chant paeans to the glory of some dark and alien thing through spiracles in their bodies. These strange chanters continually emerge from the lake, akin to a mosquito larva reaching their adult form. A rippling green glow appears beneath the black and stinking waters like foxfire given off by a corpse, and the true extent of the cavern becomes visible. It is vast beyond measure, held aloft by thick columns of limpid encrusted rock. Blind dark tentacles reach from the water as though sensing your presence. One wraps around a chanter, and it is gone. Ahead, beyond the ledge, is another passage.
Are the chanters on our side, or
They're like all over the surface of this lake, and the chanters they're those creatures that you killed at the waterfall, the little buzzing crustacean insect-looking things. And there are
Lots more.
But they haven't reacted to your presence. Nothing seems to have noticed your presence.
is there a ledge that we can skate around to get to the other ledge?
Yeah, hold on one second. Yeah, it looks like you can traverse. Yeah, you can cross the ledge, but it would bring you like it would directly. You would have to kind of skirt around the edges of this lake,
Where the
tentacles
were.
Yeah. What's the other choice? Go through the water? Where the tentacles are?
The pillars that are supporting the area around them, do they look like we could perhaps break any of them to cause a cave-in in the area we're in now?
Do we?
I think we just lost our
Oh no!
GM.
No!
Power outages everywhere.
Tonight is just working poorly.
Awesome sauce. Yeah, in Twitch he said just dropped. Come back.
I wonder if he has an ETA.
Well, he said he just dropped in the Twitch chat. And we're having some awesome connectivity and power issues here in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, actually, I just had my lights blink not too long ago, so
Oh, looks like
I might be next.
Hey, he returned.
And I gotta add you back to the stream. Un momento. Hope I get the right Trollish.
Sydney just quietly shakes her head and says, I hate this place.
Yeah.
Pass like over, like the ledge kind of overhangs the lake. So you have to pass. Go
So
ahead.
what were you talking about? These pillars, are they?
So it's just imagine a giant cavern. Like you can't even see the extent of it, and the pillars, they're basically pillars of natural stone that are basically supporting the cavern to keep it from collapsing in on itself. And it's funny you should mention that, because the cavern begins to vibrate as another tremor passes through it, and you can see like this time it's a little stronger, and you can see like stalactites falling into the lake. And in the distance, you hear a loud crashing and booming sound, like that just reverberates violently throughout the caverns.
We're underground. We got tremors, and we got tentacles. Are there graboids here?
Sure.
Bert,
I know that's a
Bert
reference
Gomer.
to something, but
Is Bert Gomer here? Tremors, the movie.
oh yeah, right. It's been a while.
Are these pillars something we could reach without being seen?
So you'd have to actually go into the lake to get to any of the pillars.
Hey, Sydney, you want to go in the water?
Nope.
Yeah, and as you
you're bound to make one water-based check.
No.
Are we able to see like how deep the water is? Is it shallow or?
It looks, yeah, it's hard to say, but like I said, it is a lake, but you can't, and it's this greenish kind of tint, and so you can't actually see the bottom.
Is there like a rock that I could, like a small rock that I could?
No,
Sure.
do not disturb that water. I don't want what's in there knowing we're here. I don't want those flying things knowing we're here. I say we just skirt around and take our chances. The closer we can get to the other opening, and the closer we can get to getting out of here, the more gooder. No throwing anything into that water. If you're throwing anything in there, you better be going in to find my goat.
Throw yourself in. Fool of a took, right? All right. In any case, yeah. So, but you will have to cross, over kind of a section of the lake to get to the opposite tunnel.
Sounds better than throwing things into the lake, letting them know we're here.
And
This
the only thing I
actually, this
want to
map,
throw in there
although
would
it's
be the corpse of
although
that
it's
thing.
not to scale, this map actually, there is a little underground lake here, and we'll say that
Look at that.
obviously this is not to scale though. We'll say that the ledge will be here, here-ish. You'd have to cross and get to the tunnel over here. Okay, but the lake, imagine that the lake extends south just as far as the eye can see.
Okay. What do I need to make? What kind of checks does Horowitz and Wally need to make to get it to
Explain to
go
me-
on this ledge?
Explain to me what it is that how you're going to approach it.
Shoulders against the wall and make myself look as small as possible in scary, side to side, foot side to side.
All right, so who's leading the way?
Horowitz will lead with Wally close behind.
All right, Horowitz, are you stealthing? Are you moving silently? Are you hiding and anything like that, or no?
No, he's with a giant cow and a cleric in plate mail. So,
No.
And Sydney.
Okay, so he's
The
just
clown.
leading the way.
and Sydney.
All right. So the
But
order
left.
is going to be, let's just put everybody. So Horowitz, and then Wally, and then who?
I'm gonna be the rear.
Okay. So we'll
I
put
need
Mordecai
somebody to
right here.
rescue my ass.
Yeah.
We'll put Mordecai here, and it's a 5-foot wide ledge, so you'll have to
Oh.
go single file.
I don't know,
And
city
so
can
you make
manage
it
a 5-foot
Horowitz
wide
to
ledge.
about here-ish. And as you cross the ledge, the light grows stronger. A babble of alien voices speaking in idiot tongues comes from the water as the corruption below surges upward. The corruption is a mass of tentacles, blind alien faces, many the size of giants, gibbering in 1,000 languages and ever-shifting flesh. Although it is dark, green-white phosphorescence glimmers around it like an oily sheen.
You don't see that every
You're
day.
a chaotic cleric. Oh, give me a Wally. I need you to make me a will save.
Yeah. Well, and part of me is going, Is this a
Yeah,
is
you
this
hear
a false
that-
giant's god?
No, you can hear the tongue of chaos, of the gods of chaos echoing through your mind, but it is not your god. So
Yeah, false gods.
You didn't find a piece. Oh well.
yeah. All right, yeah, that's so you managed to it starts to like lull you into this sense of contemplation almost.
I'll be honest.
You're able to shake it off.
I was thinking whether or not Wally would try to pee in this lake. He's peed on everything else that's chaotic. That's not his chaos or not his god down here.
Final question. Okay, so as you make your way across, what are your luck scores? I need to probably add this to your sheet. So go ahead and give me your luck score. Starting with Mordecai. What's your luck score? Like total.
Well, Mordecai, you have. We don't.
Oh, okay, fair enough. So Horowitz. I'll look at.
Yeah,
I'll look
Horowitz is a 9.
Currently 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or an 8 at 1 point.
8 with a 9 max. Is that correct? Yeah. Okay. Stitch is not with us. Excuse me. Sydney. 7, you said. And 7 max.
Yes.
Wally.
9 with a 9
9
max.
with a 9 max. Okay. Right.
10 with a 15 max.
Jesus, criminy.
Using some luck. All right, Kittik, we don't care right now. Mordecai. Where are stats on this thing? Core stats. Okay, right.
Yeah, core
I
stats.
found it. Oh wow, poor Mordecai. I don't know. Mordecai's got a 6. I need to take a quick restroom break, actually, guys, and I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go get some agua.
Yeah, let's take 5. Okay.
All right, sounds good. I'll be right back.
Oh, everything crackles and pops. Oh. I'm very happy that Wally didn't fail his saving throw and want to pee in the lake.
Or want to jump in the lake with the elder gods. The elder chaos gods.
It's the wrong god. I must pee on it. I don't know how I made that a thing for the character.
I don't know, I just...
Okay, not sure who's back yet.
Just me, I think.
Okay. I'm not going to actually punish Mordecai for not being here.
We have an echo now.
Yeah, I noticed that.
It's probably the
don't know why.
headphones from. Probably because there's a headphone off with the mouthpiece right next to the earpiece.
Oh, gotcha. Oh yeah, 6 is his. Oh, he's got 6 with a 10 max. Okay.
Right, because he's been using it as a rogue.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
come back at night. I wish.
So unfortunately, this is probably going to be you with your 7.
Of course.
I'm going back.
All right, so we're just waiting on David.
I like how in Rendezvous I see you twice. Just one says connection problems.
Which I don't understand. I've only got one instance of it opened here. It wouldn't let me just rejoin. I had to actually close the whole thing out and click on the link to get back in.
Yeah, the one says connection problems, so maybe you can get that one kicked.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe David can kick that one.
What's going on?
I don't think it's affecting anything though. So.
What?
Yeah, and now that his head's in the headphone now, we don't hear the echo.
Echo?
Yeah. I don't think we have to. There's no echo anymore.
Oh, my headphones were right underneath the mic, so.
Okay.
Yeah. No
would
worries.
Echo.
No worries. All right. So as you make your way across this ledge, this thing has obviously, you've caught its attention, and it seems to fill the entire. Like as far as you can see, it's just tentacles and things bubbling up out of the lake.
If it's speaking chaotic tongues, can I understand them?
It's
chaos?
but none of it makes any sense. It's just babbling senselessly.
Like chaos.
Yeah, right. Like it's total chaos. Like it's not saying anything or trying to communicate anything.
It's speaking in
other
tongues.
than basically entropy, right? You just get a sense that it wants you to become part of it, which is probably not something ideal. All right, so a tentacle is going to lash out at Sydney.
I'll
tell everyone, don't look into the dark.
Okay, let's see how long it'll take you. All right, yeah. The tentacle lashes out at you, Sydney, but misses.
Oh.
So.
God.
All right, so you're able to kind of make your way across the ledge, and it'll get one more on somebody out, the person with the next lowest luck score. That would be, it looks like Horowitz. Yeah, we'll go with Horowitz.
Horowitz, no.
Okay, and it's probably gonna miss. I get a 10.
Oh yeah, he's got a 16.
Okay, so these things, and you notice that they're just kind of flailing blindly at you. And it's just kind of a scary moment, but you are able to make it across and to the tunnel beyond. You've reached the side of the borehole you found earlier, but here the incline favors you. So you kind of recognize this as, if you look up above you, you can see far, far above that ledge that you were standing on.
With the rock that was going to fall.
With the rock. So now you realize that the crashing sound that you heard was the sound of that rock falling and partially blocking the incline going up. It looks like you would still be able to kind of shimmy your way up the side as there's an incline that you could, with handholds and that sort of thing. But the disturbing thing is that you no longer see daylight above. It actually looks like a relatively easy climb, though.
I look down. Is there daylight that way?
No. So down is just the lake.
Okay. thought, hey, the
but you can
chaotic
see,
things
so
are
this,
happening.
so this kind of, it's kind of like a borehole. So you can see that it does go up for some distance, but you remember before when you were up at the top, or not the top, but
Yeah.
I guess maybe the midway point or so, you were able to look up and see what looked like daylight filtering down.
Yeah.
But something has changed, possibly due to the collapse. It looks
may
like
have to go
that
further.
rock bridge basically crashed all the way down to the ground here, and it's at this point that I don't remember who saw it, but you remember seeing like an object in one of the holes, like a jade looking like a bone, that was far above, but it just comes to your mind.
None of my characters heard that.
No, I think it was I believe it might have been Mordecai actually.
Of course, it had to be Mordecai.
With the spyglass.
Yeah, because he looked across with a spyglass and saw something kind of glinting from one of the little holes. So in any case, what do you wish to do?
I'm tempted to climb up and see what's going on up there.
Yeah, you don't. And the thing is other than crossing the lake somehow, you don't see any other means of, you basically have to backtrack or go into the lake.
Nope, up the
at
thing.
this point.
Yeah. I mean, we could push somebody in the lake.
Just push Mordecai since he's
Like
not
a
here.
goat.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we only had a rudimentary goat that we could. Somebody else was around. I think Mordecai was around when didn't stop anybody from throwing my goat in the lake.
Yeah, I don't remember who threw the goat in the lake. That person might be dead.
Yeah.
That person is dead.
Yeah.
Yes. That person went in with the goat.
If that's right. That's right. Okay.
I lost
so
my trident that day.
So in any case, you're gonna start climbing up the side. You can see that the tentacles are still flailing around, like seeking you. You don't need to make a roll. Like there are handholds aplenty, and as long as you don't massively screw up. Let me make sure here that's correct.
Yeah. Sydney is all for not going past those tentacles again.
Yeah. Piecing yada yada. Okay. Yeah, you can make the climb. You must make a strength or climb sheer surfaces check. I apologize.
Oh.
Okay, so good enough. We'll call that good. Horowitz.
Wasted a
Okay,
good roll
so Wally gets an 8. So yeah. Wally, you're able to make it, but you struggle, right? So you make it 10 feet up, and your arms are kind of shaking, probably because of the exertions of the spell casting. And you slip a little bit, but at least you don't fall backwards. All right, who's next?
Need to cast some malice on my hand. No, on that wall.
Sydney, go ahead, and for you it would be a strength check. So you just roll and then add your strength mod. Yeah.
Very nice.
Climbing.
20.
Sydney can.
Okay, 20.
Like
so you're able to shimmy up. You're like right next to Horowitz. Basically, if you roll, so you're able to make it 30 feet, along with Horowitz. So you pass Wally. And we're gonna just do this for now.
So
all right.
Sydney has incentive.
Right. All right. Yeah. Oh. Ooh. All right. Right. You're just kind of scrabble a little bit, and you're unable to find purchase, and you're not able to move forward at all this
Hand
turn.
and footholds.
So basically, this is something that's gonna. This will happen every turn. So where would the rogue skills be?
It's under class. Class skills. So it says core stats, background, class.
Climb sheer surfaces. Okay. All right. Here we go.
Very nice.
Yeah, Mordecai. Yeah, Mordecai scrambles up, and he's with. So basically, we've got. So this is going to be. All right. At the end of each round. Oh, this could be nasty. All right, I'm going to roll a d3.
How many feet is it?
So, those of you in the front made it 30 feet up. Wally made it 10 feet up, and Wright's just kind of scrabbling around down on the bottom.
I'm not used to having all this chaotic energy around me.
Yeah, probably not.
Making me
so. This could be bad.
is the chanting music to your
So
ears?
seven tentacles just kind of erupt from the water, and oh,
Oh,
No, that's not a good
okay.
sound.
So it's gonna split its attacks basically. So you guys that made it 30 feet are out of range because it can only reach up 20 feet. So the ones that made it 30 feet are good. So Wright and Wally, who has the lowest luck between Wright and Wally?
I had 10.
Wally, I've got 9. He's spent
Okay,
some
Wally.
and still has more.
Wally, you're gonna get 4 attacks. Wright's gonna get 3 attacks from the tentacles. All right, so Wally, I get a 15.
Wally has a good AC though.
Yeah, Wally's got a good AC. So 1, a 19. Does that hit?
I got an AC 20.
Okay.
Jeez.
Yeah. A 13 is gonna miss. And did I said 4, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Because of your armor, yeah, it saved you. All right. You're at a 14, correct?
Yep.
Most of those wouldn't have hit you either.
Yeah. Honestly, okay. First one misses.
Ooh.
Second one misses.
Oh.
Third one misses. All right. Okay. Hot damn. Okay.
Oh.
All right. Sydney, go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah, let's go. Let's just stay in the initiative order, and we'll go in the initiative order that we had before. So Sydney,
Yeah,
go ahead and make me that strength check. Okay, an 11. That means instant death. No, just kidding. 11. You're able to make it up another 20 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20. So up there somewhere-ish. Wally, go ahead. Strength or climb sheer surfaces. Wally with a 14. All right, yeah, you scramble up 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay.
Come on, right?
Next is Wright. Yeah, Wright, come on, you can.
Oh!
Wright's just like, ah! All right. That's
He's right down there with all the tentacles now.
All right, Mordecai.
The rest of us are actually hoofing it out, and you're stuck down there with Holmes.
Mordecai with a 22.
Oh, crit.
Shit.
Nice.
Bypasses Sydney by a little bit, so and moves off of the screen where nobody can see you. Horowitz with a 9 is going to make it 10 feet.
That's fine.
So that's out of range of the tentacles. All right. Unfortunately, right.
He's been left behind by the chaotic party.
The one that is strong in the party can't roll.
Test
check.
Yep.
Ooh, okay, I gotta roll a d3 again. This thing's nasty. I'm just saying. Okay.
Only 1 tentacle?
No, this means something worse.
It means something worse.
Yeah. Okay, not as bad as it could have been. All right, so
the face attack.
The lake waters rise 10 feet.
Okay.
So meaning, if I would have rolled a 4, it would have risen 40 feet, and Wright would have been in the water. So as it stands, so the water is now 10 feet below you,
Well,
right?
He is better at
And
swimming
rising.
than he is climbing.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to swim in this stuff. Sydney, you're up.
Climb.
Come on, right? Don't make me come back down there.
So you've moved a total of Sydney's moved a total of 50 feet. Okay, I got a table here that 12 is not bad. So that means, yeah, you make it another 20 feet. So let's track this. I'm going to leave it to you guys to track. So Sydney, you've moved a total of 70 feet at this point. Okay. So note that somewhere. Wally, go ahead.
Right.
Wally.
Quit messing around. Come on.
That's just scary.
Wally with an 18 is going to go 30 feet. So I believe Wally is now
70.
at 70 feet. Okay, so keep track of that. All right, come on, man.
Oh my
Oh my
god!
fucking!
God.
What is?
Nailed it too.
Oh! Right. He's just
That's
down
a
there.
one.
Wright's just gone catatonic down there.
Right, for the water to rise.
All right, Mordecai. Let's see. I'll roll for Mordecai. Mordecai's way up there. He's made it, I believe, 60 feet. And now let's see how much he adds to that. Yeah, with a 14, he makes it to 80 feet. Okay, so Mordecai's at 80. Wright is at 0. And Horowitz.
Horowitz does climb the sheer surfaces.
Okay, Horowitz makes it another 30 feet.
It's also 70.
So let's see where we're at. So we got people at 70 feet, people at 80 feet. Okay, all right.
Oh, for
All right.
50-foot length.
I've got a chart. There's
rope.
actually a kind of a cool. I wish I could show it to you. There's this cool chart that like
Where was
shows
that
you like
rat
what happened
with the rope?
with the rope. Yeah, he's gonna show up sometime later.
After we've lost our cow to the depth.
All right.
Having
Oh
rope.
no, the waters rise.
10 more feet.
I don't know. Let's see. The waters rise another 20 feet.
I'm
So
in
you're
it.
in the water.
You are now in the water, right? And the water is now. So it's risen 20. It's risen a total of 30 feet. So that means the rest of you don't really need to worry at this point. All right, going back to Sydney again, who's at 70 feet, I believe.
80.
70.
Sydney's at 70. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The only one at 80 is Horowitz. Or I'm
No,
sorry, Mordecai.
Mordecai.
Mordecai. Yeah. All right, Sydney. Let's see it.
Sydney is torn.
Yeah,
Whether
you
she
can.
needs to
You
go
look back
and
down and you
help
see
Wright.
that you see Wright flailing around in the water now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, see.
I'll just hold off.
No, I just yell, keep going!
All right.
Are you sure? All right.
Hey, cows can swim. I hear.
We're about to
90
find out.
feet, I
aren't we?
guess. Is that 20 feet?
13 is going to be another 20 feet, so you're at 90. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Wally. Oh no, Wally. Okay, Wally, you just aren't able to. Like your strength is starting to give out, and you're just unable to progress. All right. But at least you're not
Right.
falling backwards.
Let's come on. Hot dice.
Wally. Come on.
How,
Wright.
oh my! What the?
Wally was
What
given
the
a
actual-
reroll.
I crit twice in a row, and this is the.
Was Wally given a
come
reroll?
up and-
This is sad.
Oh,
Okay,
yes,
Wally.
that was her-
All right, Wally makes it 10 feet, but is still in the water.
10 feet or 20 feet?
10 with a 13. Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, 20 feet. So you're now at the you're
the
10
edge of
feet
the
above
water
the
again?
water
Yeah.
at this point.
Wally should be at that. Put him at 90 feet.
Right. Okay. All right, Mordecai.
How much
is
did the
going
water
to-
raise?
Total of
feet so
30
far.
feet.
Yeah.
30 so far. Yeah.
So I'm still 60 feet above the water.
Mordecai makes it 10 feet. So Mordecai's at 90. And Horowitz with a 10 is going to make it another 10 feet.
So he's at 80.
You track. He's
Yeah.
at 80. Yeah. The water is still 50 feet below you. Okay. All right.
What's that weird
So
beeping?
now, RG3, let's see what happens. We don't want the water to rise anymore. I mean, I do, but you guys don't. All right. Oh, no.
Stop with the ones.
Hey, I like the water.
10
better
more
than the
feet.
tentacles.
All right. So, right, you're in the water again, and the water is now another 10 feet closer to everybody else.
This is gonna be the fastest way I get up, apparently.
All right, who's
Swim.
at? Yeah,
Float.
you just keep floating.
Just
you'll
tread
keep
water, you'll
floating
make
with
it.
the water. And you only need a DC 5 strength check. I shouldn't say that because you've been rolling 3s and 2s. A DC 5 to basically tread water. But
Well, I hit
In any-
5 last time, and that was in water, so.
it's true. All right, fair enough. Okay, back to the top with Sydney. So, Sydney, how
far did
high
we
up
have
are
to
you
scale?
now?
90.
Yeah, I'm getting to that. You're at 90? Okay. Yeah, you don't know.
So, 17.
A 17 is gonna. Yeah, that's a good one. That will bring you. Yeah, another 30 feet. So you're at 120.
120. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So looking up, as you're scaling your way up, Sydney, you can see it looks like maybe it's hard to tell exactly, but you can see what looks like the mouth of a tunnel above you. It looks like maybe where that bridge was at some point, and you're looking. Yeah. So anyway, Wally with a 13.
Don't believe it. It's
Wally
a mimic.
Yeah, it's a giant. Yeah, and here, who knows? Wally with a 13 makes it another 20 feet.
Maybe somebody left a convenient coil of rope at the top.
Yeah, it's a rope. You see a rope hanging down.
Yeah.
All right.
On the other side of the wall.
Yeah, it's over. It's on the other side. Okay, right. Yeah, that would be just cruel. Okay, right.
Finally.
Finally. Okay,
Yay!
right. Something. Finally, right gets to go 30 feet.
There's better handholds 20 feet up.
Yeah. So you're now 30 feet above the water. Okay.
And
I'm 20
right.
feet above
We'll
the water.
move right.
Okay.
Yeah,
We'll move
now's-
right over here. It doesn't matter.
Now is when the tentacles pop back out.
So you're 30 feet above the water,
Water
right?
goes up 40 feet and back in.
And a total of, I think you managed to move. Did you move 10 feet last time? At one point?
Well,
Yeah, but the water rose up to him.
Right.
She's
I went up.
But I'm
the
just
water
looking
went
at-
up
I'm just-
10 feet, and then it went up to me.
Yeah.
I was in it, and then it went up
Yeah,
10
yeah.
more. So I'm
Gotcha.
20 feet
Mordecai.
above water.
Yeah.
Let's see what
Water's
Mordecai's
gone
doing.
40 total, so.
Mordecai with the 6 is, it's just, he moves another 10 feet. So Mordecai's kind of, I think Mordecai's at 100 now. Oh, wow. Horowitz, another 30 feet. Does that put you up with Sydney, I think?
120.
120, and I
Sydney.
think Sydney's at 122.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so let's see what happens this time. 1d3.
Hey, we don't know what
So the
to
tentacles. So this is actually good for you. The tentacles can only reach 20 feet up. So right is 10 feet above. So you see all these tentacles shoot up out of the corruption, but they just kind of flail around. All right, so we're at 120. Okay, Sydney.
So
The 9, I think a 9's going to get you 10 feet. So at 130. Okay, so
Okay.
Sydney, you. Hold on 1 second.
Is it just me, or am I hearing
the
Static
beeping and the crackle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sydney, give me a D20 roll.
I don't hear any beeping or crackling. But I also have bad hearing, so.
Yeah, I can
9.
hear it. Okay, so
It's probably coming from your end.
as you reach into one of these handholds, Sydney, you kind of look inside and you can see it looks like a scattering of silver coins. So it's up to you. You can either keep climbing or you could spend a turn to like scoop out these silver coins.
I'll pocket them. It's like, well, I'm already this far ahead. I need to make sure Wright gets back anyhow.
You're gonna
I'll grab some
be forfeiting your next turn. So
Sure.
you find 16 silver pieces.
Is that
A
enough?
veritable.
16
gonna add 'em
experience pieces.
I'll add them to the party treasure if that's okay.
Sure.
Okay, I do that.
I did it for you guys.
It's a little over half of Judas's number.
All right. So that
Wally.
was 120. Wally, go ahead. Wally with the 14. That's going to be another 20 feet.
So,
Putting you at what, Wally?
130. So he's even with Horowitz and
Yeah, Wally, give
Sydney.
me a D20 roll as well. $16. All right, and now give me a D4 roll. This could be something good.
or not.
Okay, so you've come to the point where, and I don't know if Mordecai ever described it, but you see a jade baton kind of protruding from the ledge where you kind of used as a handhold, shaped like a human femur.
Okay. Body parts
take
it
it?
is. Yeah.
So it appears to be made of solid jade, and Like
Sounds
when
like a
you
wand.
grasp hold of it, you feel like a tingling sensation come up your arm. Not an unpleasant tingling sensation. It's just more like a warmth surge up your arm. So you're gonna you'll take your turn to do that, and we'll get into what it is later on. But
Can I
it's
cast
just
detect magic on it?
Right here.
probably not from here.
It's just
So
gotta mutter it.
yeah, you can, but you'd have to skip another turn to do that.
Okay, I'll wait till we get to the. I will.
So
put
just note it down on your sheet. You have this jade
Shove it in your
baton,
back.
and then I'll tell you.
it.
All right, Wally. Okay, right. Yep.
My turn.
Yep.
All right.
Come on, right.
I'm just gonna tell everybody don't roll a 1. Okay, right gets a 6.
1 is falling, right?
Yeah, 1's not good.
So I go 10 feet.
Yeah, another 10 feet. So you're up. You're 30 feet
30
above
now,
the water,
yep.
40 feet above the water at this point. Okay.
Woo!
All right.
The water's gonna come up
Mordecai.
30 feet.
Mordecai with an 18 scrambles up
Nice.
another 30 feet, and I've kind of lost track of how far up he is, but it doesn't really matter.
He's
Horowitz, go ahead.
I'm the only one in danger.
At this point, yeah.
Look at
Horowitz, another 30 feet. So Horowitz, you're at
160.
160. All right, yeah. Why don't you give me a D20 roll as well?
Okay, let's see what this D20 thing does.
A 7.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You catch the glint of silver coins from on the ledge as well.
I will.
You can take a turn to scoop them up if you want.
Yes.
So you get a further, and I'll add it to the party treasury. You get a further 13 silver pieces.
Excellent.
Okay. All right. So that brings us, I believe, to our scary.
Lake of Doom.
Yeah, we do not want to roll a 1. Okay, yeah, the tentacles just kind of flail uselessly below. All right, Sydney. You're at 130, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay. Oh, nice job. Another 30 feet up you go, and that gets you another roll. Another D20 roll. Oh, with an 18. All right, roll me a D4.
The 18 was his.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah, I was gonna say I got a 5.
Oh, a 5. I'm sorry.
Like, I want you to get an 18 because it's gonna be something cool, but
It's like I saw the 18 and I saw the 5. It's like, how did this happen? Like, oh yeah.
Yeah. Bear with me 1 second. I will. Equipment. I need to find equipment in the. Here it is. Okay.
feel like we're gonna run into Sloth here soon because we're picking up One-Eyed Willie's treasure. Hey, you guys!
Okay, give me a D24 roll.
Nice.
Yep.
Baby Ruth. Echo.
All right. So as you're pulling yourself up onto this next ledge, you come across a small hammer. Looks kind of like a carpenter's hammer. And I need you to roll me a percentile dice, D%, so D100.
Wow.
Okay. Do you stop to like grab it or anything like that?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. As you close your hand around it, the handle actually disintegrates.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Hey.
The head of the hammer is still intact, but
I found a broken hammer. Sweet.
yeah, exactly. It's pretty awesome.
You still got some.
I'll throw the hammerhead in my pack.
You still got some.
All right.
bread.
Yeah, write it down. Because who knows? You could use it for something creative at some point. You forfeit your move for next turn, though. All right, Wally, you're up. How far up were you, Wally?
It was at 130.
130. Okay. Okay, so you make it another 20 feet, and that gets you one more roll on the table. So these ledges, you think that what has happened here is that over the centuries or whatever, people and things have just been thrown into this hole.
Was
and
it wishing well?
yeah, something. Roll me a d4.
A macabre wishing well of chaos.
3. Ooh. All right. Is this Wally?
Yeah.
Wally, you see a scabbarded longsword laying on the ledge, like kind of hanging by the strap of the scabbard, and the scabbard is inlaid with like a leaf-like motif. You see, and it looks to be like the hilt. The head of the hilt is in the form of a unicorn's head, like a stylized unicorn's head, and this thing barely radiates magic.
I'll try to slip it over, slip my arm through the strap of the scabbard. And see if I can.
You are immediately repelled as the forces of you sense the law, you sense the goodness and law coming off of this, just emanating from this blade.
I know I can sell it. I know I can sell it.
It's the longsword of the cow.
You don't even feel like you feel repulsed to even touch it.
You should yell down to right. I found something.
I'm gonna make a will check. See if I can overcome the vomitous nature of this goodly thing.
So yeah, you're able to grab it, but it's not a good, like you feel like it's not a good feeling.
No,
and
it's worth money.
You actually feel a presence in your mind. Like there's an intelligence of some sort invading your mind.
I'm gonna undo part of the strap, and I'm gonna dangle it down towards Cowman.
Take this.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Who's how far below?
I'm only 40 feet, so.
I know.
Yeah, Cowman is.
You get 120 feet away.
You're only 100. You're only 100 feet below me.
Put it back on the ledge. Just put it back on the ledge.
Drop a sword on somebody that's 100 feet below you.
It's got a scabbard on it.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna let it slip. Like you could try to drop it onto one of the ledges below.
I'll just put it back on this ledge and say, "Hey,
there's an icky sword up here.
Cow, here's a thing for you."
Oh, it's a nice thing too.
Retching down the wall.
Coughing up water.
All right, Wally, it's your time.
No, that was my go.
Oh, I'm sorry. Right, I meant right. Yeah.
Right. Hurry up! Get up here.
You found like the one thing that's just
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Finally, you're able to scramble up 30 feet.
So 70.
Yep.
Yeah. If you had managed to carry that around,
enticed by this magical sword that you see dangling above you.
Something that's not chaotic around me, I would go for it.
Mordecai is going to climb. Yeah, he's going to just basically bypass everyone else. So Mordecai is like way up there now, and he says, "Guys," he shouts down, "Guys, there's a tunnel up here. It goes somewhere. It goes somewhere away from here." All right, Horowitz. Yeah, Horowitz, you make it another 20 feet, I believe. Yep. And let's see what happens with it's quickly becoming. Water rises. So the water was at 40 feet.
Yep.
Oh, it rises another 40 feet, so the water's at 80 now.
It's
right?
almost caught up to right.
So now it's 30 feet below me.
Oh shit! All right,
it's still
Sydney.
20 feet away though.
Sydney, you gotta miss your turn. Wally, you gotta
Sydney?
miss your turn.
Yep. Because we took time gathering crap.
Together.
Okay.
Right. Go ahead, right. Make this a good one.
Come on.
As this water hungrily.
Oh,
right says, "Fuck this! I don't want to be in that water again." So you're now 60 feet above the water.
Is that
don't worry, guys. This is almost over. I know this is enthralling and exciting, but Mordecai is like, I don't see any. Mordecai stands up above everybody and says, "I think we ought to go down this tunnel, guys, because I'm not seeing anything above us." He's like, he looks up. Yeah, he doesn't see like open sky. It looks like the borehole collapsed above us.
You got a keen sense of the obvious there, buddy.
Yeah, he shrugs. He kind of shrugs and he sits on the ledge and just starts, cleaning his fingernails with his knife or something like that. All right, Horowitz. Yeah, Horowitz, you're up.
Crit failed.
Did Horowitz crit fail?
Yep.
Oh
yep.
No.
No.
Oh no.
See if anybody in the chat.
Okay, Horowitz is gonna fall.
We got to reroll.
Hold on. We were at Horowitz. Where were you at? Oh, you got a reroll?
Yeah.
You
it was-
did?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. Go for it. Yeah, that's the opposite.
yeah.
So, where's
That puts-
Horowitz at now?
He was at 1. He was the next highest after Mordecai.
Okay, he's up there. He's up there with Mordecai now, and you're sitting on this ledge, and you can see this tunnel heading off into the darkness. All right. So who's still climbing?
Sydney.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see what happens with the corruption. Actually, the worst thing hasn't happened yet. I shouldn't have said that though. Oh, okay, so tentacles just flail uselessly. You're lucky I haven't rolled a 3 yet, because 3 is pretty bad. All right.
Don't want to hear that.
Sydney, you're at what? 130?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Oh no! I think that does get you 10 feet though.
Yeah.
6 gets you 10 feet. Yeah, you're at 140. There's no ledge here to search. It's just a handhold. Wally, go ahead.
We got a blessed sword and a crumbled hammer.
Wally gets to go 20 feet.
With
Okay.
his icky sword dangling off the side of him. Like
Wally,
catch up, cow.
how far were you?
I was at 130 as well.
So you're at 150 now? Okay.
Yeah.
So 10 feet above, you can see Mordecai and Horowitz just kind of looking down at you. All right,
Like,
right.
Don't
you're
you
up.
still have that rope that we fashioned earlier?
All right, right's like,
Robe.
I'm done with this. He's up 90 feet above the water at this point. I think total, if I'm counting this right,
You should be just right behind
Wally.
myself, and you should be almost even with Sydney now.
Yeah, I think around 120
Yeah.
is where you're at. Okay, so I think one more round of this and we're good. Okay, so Sydney, go ahead. Unless you roll a 1.
Shut up.
I'm so sorry.
Shoosh.
All right, yeah, Sydney, you're up on the ledge. Wally, go ahead.
Oh my
Wally makes it another 10 feet.
That puts me on the ledge.
Puts you on the ledge. All right, go for it. Right.
Sydney
Alright,
managed to
how far do I have to
consecutively
go to get that sword?
It's up
Oh,
on
the
the ledge.
sword's with Wally. Wally's got the sword.
Oh, I thought he had to put it back.
No,
No.
I'm holding on to it for you because.
Yeah, you may have said it. Yeah, so you make it another 20 feet. Well, I think you're at
110 now.
110. Okay.
above the water. That should have put him.
That's
just yeah, because he was basically even
wanna
with
say-
Sydney, and Sydney rolled 20 feet.
All right.
It's
Let's just
13, 20
'cause-
feet.
so I don't know how much. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna say that you make it up onto the ledge as well. Everybody makes it up onto the ledge, and you are at this point beyond danger. You think, unless the water continues to rise.
Let's get away from the opening so it doesn't know we're here anymore.
Yeah. So
maybe not be able to
you're
get
gonna
into the
make
tunnel.
Make your way into the tunnel, which is another. It's approximately. You'd have to go single file into this tunnel,
I'm
and
going to cast
go ahead.
detect magic on the things that we found.
okay, go ahead and make that spell check. Oh, damn! You and your detect magic.
21, not 22, because it just double.
Oh, because of the. All right.
I don't know why it did it twice.
So detect magic is a wizard spell. Is that right, or a cleric spell?
Well, it's both.
Okay, I just got to look and see which list it's on here. Level 1. Yeah, level 1. Okay. 22. You can 21 determines exactly. Okay, I think that's the same result you got last time.
Yeah.
Okay, so get ready for this. So the 2 items are both magical. We'll start with the baton.
Okay.
It is. I'll go ahead and just put it in the.
What? I don't have a magical hammerhead?
No.
We can make it into one, maybe.
Bummer.
Possibly.
Let me go ahead and read here. So overall, enchanted. The cleric receives a rough gauge of the magic strength. Objects. A rough gauge. Okay, all right. So I'm going to give you a piece of the information here.
Yeah, I didn't get as high as I got like a 31 the last time.
Yeah, last time
Okay.
you got exact knowledge.
Yeah, we're like,
Yeah.
I
So
know
here
everything.
you're going to get
Ah!
some knowledge, and I'm going to go ahead and put this in the Discord.
Okay.
So this is the Jade Baton. Okay, you see that there,
And then,
and then I'll go ahead.
I'll hand Cowboy the sword of
All right.
monkeyness.
Unicorn.
Right, you're gonna like this. I'm gonna put this in the chat too. This is a sentient sword called Dryad's Woe, and it is a lawful longsword with an intelligence 4. So it's got the intelligence of a chump, basically, but it can communicate empathetically with you, like through empathy.
Oh, you've got someone to communicate with now.
Someone that actually understands me.
Yeah, and you feel like a surge of power as you grasp this weapon. But go ahead, you can see what it does there. It gives you bonuses against the Fae.
Was it made with real unicorn?
He's got the power of
Made with
Cow
actual.
Skull.
It's made with actual unicorn. Yeah. You're able to detect secret doors within 30 feet by spending a round of concentration. And so you feel a sense of like a wave of empathy wash over you as you grasp the hilt. And it's like a feeling of friendship.
I reciprocate
Like a
that
comforting.
feeling.
Yeah. And so you sense that the sword is communicating with you in some way.
Well, you gotta understand, I've been turned into a beastman, woke up on a boat, everything's been going crazy. I'm in a party full of chaotic people.
Yeah, assholes.
Yeah.
You're part of you're the wrong part of the party. Is what you're saying.
Right.
And now you
Right.
have a sword to cuddle with at night.
Yeah, you found a friend, and
We just
So
see this baby minotaur cuddling a sword, going, "I like you."
You
having
understand me.
probably having deep conversations with it. You move.
Oh God, it's got a unicorn on it. Are you gonna call it Uni?
Hey, it's actually got a name. It's called Dryad's Woe. Because
but it's got intelligence 4, so it can't really tell you that.
It's true. It can't. We're gonna say that it's inscribed on the scabbard. That's how you know.
In law, so you can't read it.
Right. Nobody except for Wright can read it, right? In the language of law, whatever that looks like. Probably a lot of straight lines and sharp edges.
No, it's Comic Sans.
Gold inlay.
Yeah. God.
So what does that mean, a +1 sword? Does that mean that...
+1 hit, +1 damage.
No, so it's gonna do exactly, Robin. So it's +1 to hit, +1 damage, and then if you're fighting a Fey creature, then it's an additional +1 damage.
Okay, that's what I'm making sure of.
Its purpose is to enforce the law and build monuments to great heroes. So you feel an urge, this urge to start building statues of yourself,
and to make everyone else respect your authority.
Yeah, and everything, and anyone, and basically. So you're able to detect secret doors within 30 feet if you spend a round of concentration. So and this is all imparted to you, like as you hold the sword and caress it, you're able to deduce this on your own. But Wally also kind of tells you.
Okay.
So
Hey,
I don't know. What are you doing? What are you doing with the baton? You're gonna use that.
Yeah.
Right.
Actually, I'm tempted to hand it to Horowitz to give him something a little more than just a
dagger.
He's got a longsword and a mace.
Yeah. Non-magical, but this is a magic weapon. So the other thing to know is that certain creatures can only be hit by magic. Yeah. So this would count as a magical weapon for those purposes, as would of course the longsword. And I think we could continue. We have another 20 minutes, but I think this is actually a good natural stopping point.
Yeah.
Because we're basically moving on to the next, I guess, chapter, if you will. And I will send out experience because I need to calculate it based on a lot of things that happened. And so I'll send out experience in the Discord for everybody.
Sweet.
And Yeah, good job on surviving, and good thing I never rolled a 3.
Right.
Yeah.
So what happens on a 3 is the corruption below spews out chanters, which immediately move. They fly up and attack you. So you'd
The
have,
bug fly things.
yeah, you'd be fighting, and it could potentially roll this every round, right? So you could have, yeah, and so you'd be fighting these things on a ledge, and there's special rules here for fighting these things as you're climbing, and they're not
And
good.
falling.
Yeah, because the chances are you get dislodged and you fall down into the lake, and nobody's happy.
No, and especially the way, what's it called? Somebody's been rolling around the water.
Oh yeah, no, it's so yeah. Fortunately
Yeah.
for you guys, I never rolled a 3, and so you're able to make your way into this tunnel. And I'll leave you with one thing. So you make your way a short distance in, and notice that the phosphorescent fungus that had previously begins to fade away, and soon you're kind of groping your way forward in pitch darkness,
No, we
unless
aren't.
you wish to use a light of some sort.
Yeah, we
Or if
still
you want to
have our
gouge your eyes
fungal
out,
lights.
you guys can still gouge your eyes out and put the
Oh yeah.
calcium eyes in.
So that only lets you that gives you improvision, which lets you see heat signatures. So you still wouldn't be able to see in complete darkness. So unless there's something ahead of you that gives off a heat signature. So
It doesn't let you
improvision is
see in
not
any
dark
other
vision.
way, does it?
Exactly. So improvision is not dark vision, if that makes sense. So if there was a creature moving around in the dark, you would be able to see, the warmth from its.
Was there any attack bonus I figured out on that Jade Patan?
No, but it's a magical weapon though, so it does have that property, but there's no attack bonus. No.
So I'm just
You could
trying
smack a ghost with it.
Yes.
Oh, you set it up.
Yeah.
So you still have those kind of glow sticks from the. I believe. Does anyone have torches or anything like that? I think you have the glow sticks from the.
I've got candles, and we've got the glowing mushroom.
Bioluminescent torches.
Okay, you're going to need. The reason I'm asking is because you're going to need to track those going forward.
Oh, the bioluminescent things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the candles if you use the candles. Yeah. Because nobody has any kind of dark vision or anything like that. So I'm going to go out on a limb and assume somebody lights one of those, so I'll leave it up to you to decide who.
I think we can figure that out at the beginning of the next game.
Yep. Okay. All right. So why don't we can wrap up here, and
sounds good.
Yep. And thank you everybody for there were technical problems and all, and I'm sorry if I don't know if Mordecai, if you were watching the stream somehow, like on your phone or whatever,
or
hopefully
catching the instant replay later.
Yeah, or watching the stream later. You're not going to get any kind of penalty, to experience or anything like that because you were here. So, yeah, we'll hopefully all of us will be present next time. And I don't have anything next week, so I'm good to go ahead and do this again next week.
As am I.
Ready.
And
Hopefully
good job on escaping the corruption below and surviving.
Thank you for not rolling a 3.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because it could have easily gone sideways.
And
sideways.
for rolling abysmal to actually attack us when the tentacles did attack us, because you rolled good enough to just tear up freaking right, but all those attacks went against me, and then
and then I rolled
horrible.
Yeah, like I think I rolled under 10 on every. Yeah, it was a lot of fortunate, but that's just the nature of these kind of games, It's just the luck of the roll. In some
honestly,
cases.
it is funny when that happens because we were all rolling bad, like we were all over the place tonight, like really bad or hot. So.
Yeah, and I was hitting a lot with the Sentinel, but you guys were able to break out of the tongue, and nobody got. That's another good thing is nobody got engulfed by that maw because that would have been bad.
Yeah, the only time we got close enough, you rolled against me. Everybody else would have been messed up. Like the only person that you probably couldn't have nommed on was Wally. So it was kind of lucky.
So you were able to put the stats in correctly on your.
Yeah, I
sheet.
was just trying to figure because I did magic bonus, thinking that that's what it was, but it's not.
Oh.
I gotta
no,
put it into
probably.
hit bonus and damage bonus.
Yeah, I think that's how you would do it. You would just add
Yeah.
it to the hit bonus and damage bonus.
Yeah.
And then if you fight, you're gonna have to let me. I'm gonna have to basically remember so that because you.
Well,
Well,
I put it in the notes. +1 damage against phase.
Oh yeah, that's helpful. That's helpful.
Yeah.
So if you come across something and it's a fey, then it'll do extra damage on those. And I'll also say that the sword.
Door thing.
Yeah, the secret door thing is good to remember, but you have to actually stop and concentrate and decide that you're going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
If you suspect that there might be a secret door somewhere, that's it's a really useful.
So every 30 feet, I take a moment.
You just pause.
It's like having.
So we're going to be. That's another thing. We're going to be tracking turns. So basically, you'll take a turn, and so these bioluminescent. A turn is 10 minutes, and so these bioluminescent torches are going to last 120 minutes, so 12 turns.
Ooh.
So if you pause to detect a secret door, that's going to take a full turn. So you're going to slowly lose torchlight by doing that. So it's another thing that I have to track, but it makes things interesting. Because when you run out of light in a dark place, yeah. Can be, we'll see what happens.
Sounds good.
So, all right. Well, thank you for anyone that was viewing, all 100,000 of you, all of our followers. Yeah.
Thank you all for tuning in, and it's been a silly, weird night tonight.
It has, yeah.
Nothing super deadly, but all over the place, and we had cows that couldn't climb walls, and
that was terrible.
I mean,
and a silly rat that still hasn't shown up with our freaking rope.
Yeah, he
Right.
he got lost. I don't know. He got lost in his hometown. It's a shame.
He's gonna show up here in a bit. Like, oh yeah, I got rope. Guys.
Yeah, I gotta somehow figure out how he's gonna reunite with you at this point, because you're cut off. Like at this point, you'd have to go back through the lake somehow to get within the vicinity of Ketat, right?
Yeah, but the lake could go back down, and then
it could also continue to rise. So
yeah, I mean, if he shows up next week, he just skittered in behind us. We're like, the lake didn't see me.
Actually, he's going to show up and he's going to be scrabbling around Wally's foot, going, "My precious."
Yeah.
Our rat friend is going to be a classic example of Chekhov's gun.
Okay, everyone. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, the library is now closed.
Bye. Good night.
See ya.